What's up, y'all? This is Rom, back at it with yet another car video. Sugar mamas show that you don't need money to get women. And let me shout out somebody who comments on a lot of my videos. Nubian King, I think is in... I ain't sure what the rest of it is. Nubian King. My fault if I ain't get the full thing, but Nubian King always comments and actually thanks me for what I do. Now, he didn't ask me to do something on sugar moms. Like I always say, don't ask me for anything. I don't take requests on my public channel. I don't take requests. Only place I'll think about a request is on my Patreon. And even then, it depends on what it's talking about. But definitely not on my public one. That being said, what I've always said is if somebody had a good comment or something, gave me an idea, I said I'll take it. You know, I'll do something on it. You know, it's that inspirational. And what he had said was, you know, he had mentioned sugar mamas. And he didn't say, just to be clear, he didn't say do a video on it or anything. He just mentioned sugar mamas. Because if it took money to get a woman, there wouldn't be sugar mamas. And that's something to think about. Think about something with sugar mamas. They pay for the man. Because you got some guys out here, they will argue you to death and they think they need money to get women. Now, here's the thing. What did I say last time I talked about this? They need money to get women. But if you are sexually attractive to a woman might pay. Like, you got some sugar mamas out there. You got some sugar mamas. Shoot, all the dudes, shoot. That's why you got hobosexuals. They don't even got their own place. And you can have different types of women. Not just older women either. Not just older women. Sometimes you might have some women got a little bit of money. She want that man bad enough. Shoot, she'll pay for him. She will pay for him and everything. Whatever the case, he ain't putting out any money. He might not have any money. Shoot. I'll just say I know something about that. Because there's some women I dealt with. I don't really have a concept of really putting out money for some women. I really don't. I lost track of how many women I got with. I ain't spend no money on them, period. Only woman who could say I spent some money on her is my co-parent. And that was way after we had really got together. That was way after and stuff. So, you know, that's when you have a family. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got to spend money there. But when you're talking about sugar mamas, you got plenty of them out there. They'll get some young boy or some young man, whatever. They spending money on him. Indeed, you got these stories about once a week, really. Once a week. But very common about these teachers spending money, getting with these young guys. These young guys don't have a job. These women are getting with them. And these sugar mamas are getting with these young guys or whoever. Oh, damn. Somebody's trash done came out. Anyway, they get with them for one reason alone. They want sex from these dudes. See, and that's some, I actually did a video this morning that's going to come out next week talking about sex. These women want some. And that shit don't stop when they reach a certain age, because you get some guys talking about some wall. Yeah, they don't look as good at 32 that they did at 22, but their vaginas are still working. And shoot. Anybody would know, shoot, they got a little bit of cellulite. What that mean? They still got it. I remember this comedian was talking about that. He said, like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that cellulite. You still fine. I gotta find that's an old one. This comedian was talking about that. But here's the point with it though. If you had to have money to get a woman, we wouldn't have a concept of sugar mamas. We wouldn't have women who would pay. And who they paying for? They paying for guys that they find sexually appealing. Now, here's some common sense. If women paying for it, and not just, like I say, not just older women. You get some women younger, they'll pay. If they want a guy bad enough. In fact, what some women will do, they'll have like a guy take them to dinner or something. And I've said this 1,000 times, I'm going to say it 1,000 more. Take them to dinner. Get a doggy bag, bring it home to that guy. You know? Might be slick with it. You might be an Uber or something. You go on a date with a woman, you taking over some other guy's house. And she'll just say, oh, this is my uncle, this my cousin, or something like that. The reality is you got plenty of men out there getting a woman. In fact, I'll talk about sugar mamas today. I'll talk about maintenance men tomorrow. Maintenance men. Because you got to understand that. See, a lot of guys don't get that because, let's just be real, they not in that position. They don't have any women spending money on them, regardless of the case. Or even some young women too. Or the young woman saying, nah, she just want that hot beef injection. Because when women want that sex from a guy they feel can do them good in the bedroom, oh shoot, they'll pay for it. They'll pay for it. They'll do whatever they got to do to get with that man. It is what it is. But it's a reality out there. Shoot, you don't have to take my word for it. You can just do a search on it. Just do a search on the term. Shoot, they might have some websites for it. They might. I don't know. But I've been seeing that. That's shoot. That was some game my grandmother gave me back in the day. Because she was concerned about my neighbor who had a lot of money. May they both rest in peace, but it is what it is. So, here, if you're actually thinking, using some common sense, if women going to get with some men for free, what they paying, they only paying for what they value. They value sex. They don't value companionship. And just because some guy's spending money on them, yeah, and those, you know what? Those sugar mamas, they might let a guy take them out, spend some money. But then that money goes right back to that guy she's spending money on, that sugar baby. Because you got some male sugar babies out there. But don't get caught up in the money. What's she paying for? Like, always think in terms of what's the woman paying for? She paying for that hot beef injection. She paying for that man to give her some. And I want y'all to think about that. So if you got some men out there who getting money from the women, shoot, low-key gigolos, some of them getting money straight from the women. You get some professional gigolos out there. That's how they get started. Shoot. You get some men in, some boys in high school. You know, a girl might want him to take her to the prom. She'll pay. She'll pay for everything. If a woman want a date, she'll pay. She will pay. And shoot, if a guy, and it's not even just young boys, you can get some guys older age and stuff. Older age. If a woman wants a date to some hot affair or something, she got some money, she'll pay for that guy. I might know something about that. I'll leave it at that. But she'll pay for that guy. She'll pay for that companionship, whatever. And if he needs some money or something, need a place to stay, or if he's slick with it, needs some help, she'll give the money. And this regardless of age. I remember when I was in college dealing with this young lady. We were going to the movies. I ain't had the money. I really didn't have the money. I still, trying to do the gentlemanly thing and pay. She stopped me. She was like, yeah. She broke out the money. A few years later, I had another woman give me money. And see, the whole thing is, it really comes down to, well, first of all, let me hear something. Money don't really control anybody. Because there's plenty of men who's spending all this money on a woman, but she's seeing somebody else. She's seeing somebody else. And the woman, she can spend all the money in the world, and that dude's still doing his thing. He's still doing his thing. In fact, what's that saying about women going taking a guy out or something, right? Or the guy driving her. I had to clear my thoughts. Some got my attention. Anyway, like a woman might let a guy drive her car like during the day while she at work. Now, what she think that guy doing? Like, all he should have to do is just drive to wherever and back. Because the joke is the car will be on full when he drops her off, but then bring it back, the car's on E. What he been doing? He probably doing some other woman or something. So they don't control. Only thing the money is doing is getting her what she need. Well, there's somebody up here doing some video. They got lights and everything. I don't even know what's going on. I might have to check out some news program. Yeah. Oh, incidentally, I know for those who who pay attention to where I'm going and everything, just going to the cleaners. Gotta take care of that. You know how it is. Gotta take care of that. But yeah, if a man had to have money, sugar babies wouldn't have to succeed. Only men, well, hold up, before, I'll get into it. Let me get into that money piece. Deeper into that money piece, because guys gotta see it. There's guys out here getting women without spending money like crazy. But anyway, and y'all know the deal. 10 minutes for me, 1 second for y'all. Alright, y'all. I'm back. Like I said, 10 minutes for me, just a second for y'all, right? But one of the issues, the big issue out here is we just gotta be real with it. Many men, through whatever means, sometimes it's what women are saying out here, or they listening to whoever, they think it just takes money just to get women. And one of the things I'm telling you is no. If you got money, hey, that's great, and you want to take a woman someplace nice because she earned it, okay, that's great. But the reality is, many women out here getting with a guy, and he don't got money. When you hear these teachers getting with these students, you think these dudes are spending money? These dudes don't even have jobs sometimes. And even if they do, the woman still got more money getting with them. Or these sugar mamas getting with some of these guys. Or these homosexuals. Or when these women going on sex vacations, they getting with men. Shit, they paying the men money. Gigolos, they paying the men money. But see, you got a lot of guys, they not I would say, not appealing to the woman where they can get the woman without money. That's why sometimes they will even argue with you. They'll argue with you. They'll say, well, you got to spend this or that. They'll come up with all this shit. No, that's you. That's you. Shoot. Because, shoot, like I said, even up into my 50s, recent years, the woman would just come over to my place. I wouldn't even spend money on gas. And then some people will be some bammers about it and say, well, you spending time. She's spending time too. So hold up. You not giving her some, she's spending her time. And probably her gas or whatever. Or if she doing anything, she's spending her time. If she cooking for you, she's spending her time. Get off that time shit. See, some guys don't want to just acknowledge that, okay, they ain't where they need to be. Now, they'll hit me up saying, well, what can I do to get there? Dude, I don't know how many videos I got on here, on my Vimeo, whatever, on my Patreon. I'm telling you what to do. I'm telling you how to build that sex appeal. Hell, the main things in my books were sex appeal. The main things in my books. Because you have that. That's all you need. That's all you really need, because women are looking for that. But see, if a guy don't have that, let's just be real. Women will take money. Even some women, like, I'm going to tell you what, the way it'll work, a woman will fuck one dude for free. She'll fuck one dude for free, but then she'll make that other dude pay money. Because there's a lot of acculturated prostitution out there, or as the Honorable Pimp guy would call them, acceptable hoes. There's a whole lot of that. And I've had several women say straight up, not just to me privately, but in a group, if a man is willing to spend money, they ain't gonna say anything. And they know there's a bunch of tricks out here. They know there's a bunch of tricks. But if instead of being a trick, just be that guy who she wants to spend her money on, or at least at the very least, I'm saying at the very minimum, she just want to get with him. He don't have to spend his money. He don't have to spend his money. You want to be that guy, because there's plenty of them out there. Now, you get some guys that try to put them down or something. It's like, no. Because some guys will be like, well, you're the woman control. No, they not. They ain't controlling them or anything like that. The women want that deep. Shoot. Women want sex bad out this joint. And you see, you get some guys, all they do is fix themselves up so the women find them sexually appealing. That's one thing with body game. A woman gotta want to see you butt naked. And then you gotta have that right attitude. And then you gotta have that attitude, you want to at least try to satisfy the woman. Because players will always say she comes first. Because you get some guys out here, they don't want to satisfy the woman. If y'all listening to anybody saying that, or somebody saying that, I wouldn't even take them seriously. Because you got some guys out here, they getting money from the woman, they getting all this from the woman, and all they doing is just giving them that hot beef injection good. Or at least look like it, got the attitude like it. You know, type pick them up or something. Bend them over that couch. Do something like that. Shoot, that's why you got some broke dudes out here getting it. Because it's not about the money getting with the woman. Now, this ain't saying you want to be a broke dude. Let me be clear on that, because sometimes dudes hear that and they think, oh, well, you're just saying being broke. No, you want to make money for your motherfucking self. You want to make money for where you live, for how you live, the cars you drive, the money you want to spend, shit to eat. That's for yourself. But to get women, if you got a group of men out here getting a woman and they ain't spending all that money, because really women, they ain't shoot. In fact, a lot of women ain't dealing with a man because they got their own money. A lot of women, shit, that's the biggest thing. You know, a lot of guys want to talk about feminism and shit. That's the biggest thing feminism has done. So a woman don't have to deal with a man for money. She got her own money. She got her own place. Shit, I've known some women, they got their own place or something. All they needed a man to do was come over. I've known several of them. They got their own spots. They just need a man to come over there and whatnot. That's it. That's it. But if they want to see a woman, she wants a man's time and she wants his energy. And like I said, if some guys will say, well, he paying his time, she paying her time too. Fair exchange is no robbery. So don't even use that. Because then you try telling some guys that they try to say, well, you paying this, you paying some eventually. No, you paying some eventually, motherfucker. And I said it like that. You paying some eventually. Which man you want to be? You want to be that man getting a 90 for free? Or you want to be that man, you got to pay your good money? And trust me, if you paying money, trust me. You're having a experience with that my bad man. Sure. In fact, I put that in 1,000 times. I put it in 1,000 times more. That video with I can't remember that dude's name, but it was R. Kelly in it too. It was R. Kelly in it as well. I can't remember that artist's name. I'm getting old, y'all. That other one. But the song was called Contagious. Dude was playing Mr. Big, had all this money. His woman still cheated on him. I would say if you got money, you think your money is what's getting a woman, is keeping her attention. Double back home one day. And I'll put that thing in there. In the description box. That's what you get. Is that what you want? No, you want the woman. You want to get the woman not based on what car you drive or anything like that. What car you drive, what you do for a living, how much money in your bank account. Because if a woman say that to me, I'm like, okay, she don't really want me. I'll leave her alone. Because if a woman really wants you, she just wants to be around you. That's it. If a woman really wants you, she just wants to be around you. She don't need all this other stuff. She'll spend time around you. She'll go in the park with you or something. Because she just want to spend time with you. I remember one New Year's Eve. Was around this young lady. All we did, we didn't go to a party or anything. All we did was walk around the Capitol. The U.S. Capitol. That's all we did. That's all we did. Because she just wanted to spend time with me. I ain't to spend one penny on her. Alright? If a woman want to be around you, she just want to be around you. You want to be the type of man she just want to be around. You know, you want to work on your physicality. You want her, well, not her, but you want to work on your conversation. You want to be the type of man that she just want to be around. She just want to be around. She just want to have those conversations with. She want to spend time with. Everything. That's what you want to do. You want to work on that. Because you, trust me, when it's the money, I'm going to tell you what. You got a lot of women, they will work, they will get every penny out of you. They will work to get every penny out of you. They'll have you spending money on stuff that you really don't need. Have you going to places complaining. If they, look, it's like this. If a woman making too big a deal out of how much money you have, and I don't even care no matter what they say to you. If they making too big a deal out of it, you don't need to deal with that woman, period. You don't need to deal with it because she don't really want you. It's just that simple. She don't want you. Because if a woman wants you, she just want to be around you. All right? She just want to be around you. Indeed, some women will even marry a dude who don't have that money, as long as he make her feel good. And like I said, women got their own money nowadays. So even that's why, honestly, that's why a lot of men are like being messed up now. Because the women don't need that money like they used to. You know, it's kind of funny because you hear about all these men having trouble getting a woman and all of that. They don't need you anymore. They got their own money. And if they're using your money, they're using your money. If a woman wants you, she wants you. She just want to be around you. She want to spend time with you. She want to talk with you. She wants you up in her. Because I was talking about that the other week. I was thinking about, well, how much money have I really spent to get into a woman? Really haven't. I'm still thinking about it. I'm like, well, who didn't show up for me? Right? And, you know, I know some dudes that still have some issue with that. Well, hold up. All they can really do, that type of dude all they can talk about is what they've been able to do. But they ain't been around me. And let's just be real. Like I said, you can do a search on that. Sugar mamas, cougars, women just hooking up with some guy for free. And like I said, it ain't just older women. You know, it ain't just older women. Sometimes there's some young women they'll hook up with a guy. Sometimes you'll get a young girl hook up with an older guy and it ain't for his money either. Even in that situation. She might just want the man to like show her some stuff. But that's another level. That's another conversation. But they just want that. They just want that. And like I said, tomorrow I'll talk about like the maintenance man or something. Some women just want that maintenance. But look, here's the thing, fellas. Here's the thing. Don't fight it. It's a reality out there. All I'm talking about is reality. I ain't making up stuff. Now, if it hasn't happened to you, that's all you can say. It hasn't happened to you. Then you need to work on something. If the only way women are paying attention to you is when you bringing out that wallet, you paying something, there's some stuff you got to work on. Unless you good with it. Some men are good with it. They like good with it. Okay, fine. Okay, if you good with it. But Rom just knows about it being free. That's what I know. Can't help that. That's what I know. That's all I know, really. Because when I had money, he was taking women out and everything. Ron was getting nothing. When Ron was broke and everything, but had body game and everything. Oh, Ron was doing his thing. So, anyway, though, that's all I got for today, guys. One of those days I got a lot to do. Always got a lot to do. Oh, man. Yeah. I'm going to tell you what, though. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff outside of this. Got a life. So, it is what it is. Anyway, man, I want y'all to think about that. Think about that. Like I said, you don't have to take my word for it. Do some searches yourself and ask yourself some questions. You know, ask yourself about these teachers getting with these young boys. These young boys ain't paying money for these women. Ask yourself about these women going on these sex tourist vacations. Ask yourself about these women like paying big money for gigolos and everything. Like, in fact, I think I'll share this one page. It be talking to have these gigolos on there, like advertising big money just to spend a few hours with them. I'll share that too. Just understand, look, if they getting it for free, what are they doing? All right? That's all you have to ask yourself. The women spending money on them, what are they doing? And then ask yourself, where you trying to be? All right? So anyway, that's all I got for today, y'all. I'll get back with y'all. Peace.